Hello, my lovely Cancer, and welcome to your moon reading. This is actually a full moon reading tonight, so hopefully this will resonate with you. If it does, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. I greatly appreciate it. It is completely free and it helps me grow my channel, so it means a lot to me. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get started. Do remember this is just a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, just take it with a grain and move on. But we will go ahead and get started in a 7-card moon circle here and see what kind of craziness is going on out there, because everything I am hearing and seeing outside is just full moon craziness. So, whoo-wee, must be a strong one, okay? Let's see what we've got for you, all right? First position is what you are in or facing right now. Second position is what caused this. Third position is what is keeping you in it. Fourth position, optimal outcome should you follow the fifth, sixth, and seventh positions. And do not worry if you can't see these, because we will certainly go through them one by one to elaborate a little bit more and get you hopefully the answers that you're looking for if you're having any questions. So right now is balance. I feel like you all are out of balance. I do. I feel like you're trying to find your balance, but I feel like for a lot of you, so many changes are going on. Could be the full moon changes, number one. Could be the people around you that are affected by the full moon. Could be the changes from Pluto coming into Aquarius. A 15-year cycle changing into a 21-year cycle has caused people to really start moving into a self-centric type of thing, right? Where we want to do things for ourselves, have things for ourselves, be a little bit more work-life balanced. We want more, less give and more take, where we feel like many of us who have given to relationships, to work, to jobs, to this and that and everything else, and not gotten much back, we're kind of like enough's enough. And I feel like you may be of that persuasion. However, if you're not, you're certainly affected by it still, right? So if you're around people and they're starting to change the way that they're acting, by extension, you're going to be affected, right? Butterfly effect, domino effect, right? So it definitely can change the balance of things, right? So I certainly think that, you may be feeling out of balance because you want to change, right? You may very much be like, I'm over this job. It's getting me nowhere. I'm sick of it. I want something new. I want something that I can enjoy, right? It's just too much. You may be in a relationship that you feel is so off balance for you, right? I give, and it is so one-sided, right? There's just all give and no take, right? It is just one-sided. And I just can't take it anymore, right? So I feel like that is what a lot of you are dealing with. Now, there could be other balance issues here, okay? So for some of you, the situation with balance is more time. There could be, for some of you, I don't feel like this is the majority of you. I do feel like the majority of you are really having an issue with, you feel like you've just been used and abused, to be honest with you. Like, you just don't feel like you've been getting your fair share, whether it be at work or at home, okay? But for some of you, I do feel like your balance issue is a time issue, right? You've got either a work-life balance issue with time, or, you feel like you're just not able to kind of balance your time, in that you're just so exhausted, right? You're trying to do too much. You're trying to take on too much. You're running yourself ragged. You're burning the candle at both ends. You don't tell people no. You are just over it, right? So you're so beat down that you're not taking care of yourself. So you kind of have this balance issue where it's like you're out of balance because you haven't had any time for yourself. You can't take care of yourself. There's no time for you. It's just you're giving all of your energy to everyone else and everything else, and you're saving none of your energy for yourself, right? So that's a major balance issue, right? Because energy is our biggest commodity. We are really our energy, right? And if you're just giving it all away and your whole day is spent doing that, and then all you do is for you is just fall into bed at night, then That's a balance problem. But let's see, what got you into this is darkness, okay? And this card is a fantastic card, I think, in general. You see a little bunny here. This card is about watching and waiting and seeing the reality from the darkness, right? Seeing what people are like when they don't think anyone's watching, right? Seeing what the truth is when people aren't putting on their front, right? And I think, again, this is where I feel like most of you fall into the I'm not getting treated the way I treat others type of balance issues, because you have seen, right? You have seen the way that people are with others, right? You've witnessed it, right? You have seen, you may say, I watch my own significant other and they treat their coworkers better than me. They treat their golf buddies or their wine club buddies, girlfriends, or whatever, whomever it may be, 10 times better than me. And I do literally everything for them. You may say, I watch the people at work and I see how the boss treats X, Y, and Z who do a fraction of the work, a fraction as well as I do, 10 times better than me. I'm like a pack mule of work over here and they're treated like royalty. I see it. I don't have to hear it. I don't have to hear them praise them. I don't have to hear what, my significant other is saying to other people. I see how they treat them. It's actions, not words, right? I'm watching it. Of course, they're not going to tell me. Of course, I treat them better than you. I like them more than you. They're not going to say those kinds of things to me, but people rarely say that, right? You don't go into a job and your boss go, work here. I'll treat you like crap. It'll be great. You'll love it. You don't go into a relationship and your, significant other go, yes, definitely. We should go on a second date. I'm going to be an absolute jerk face to you. You'll love it. That's not what people do, right? You have to kind of witness it when they don't think that you're really paying attention. That's what this card's about. And I think you've witnessed it long enough, right? And now you're like, this is not right. What in the heck? They treat everybody and their brother and their second cousin and their coworker and the shoe shine person at the mall better than me, right? No, And I do everything. I give everything. And I put everything I've got into this. Whatever it is, friendship, relationship, work, whatever it may be. And this balance is bullcrap. Okay? What's keeping you in it is nourishment, right? And this card is absolutely, for you, different than what it normally would mean in this deck. Normally, this is about nourishing yourself, finding your center of nourishment. For you, this is that you are drained of nourishment because you are a nourisher, okay? You are a caregiver. It is what is innately in you. You are my mother, okay? You are someone who it is just innately in you to say, what can I get you? What do you need? What can I get for you? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Oh, you already ate 5 seconds ago, so you're hungry again? That's you, okay? And your nourishing attitude, your take care of everything, nourish everybody, give everybody a chance, try to help everybody, try to make everybody's life just a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better. That personality trait for you, while it's one of the sweetest, kindest, most beautiful personality traits in the world, that's where people can take your kindness for weakness if they aren't the nicest people. And I think that's what's happened right here. I think you found some people around you, maybe your significant other, maybe a family member, maybe a friend, maybe a coworker, maybe a boss, maybe all of the above, that have taken your kindness for weakness. And they've really and truly done it in a way that they have just really overdone it. Okay, they've overdone it. It's really out of balance. It's really obvious now at this point. You have watched it long enough to know it wasn't a one-off. It's not like, hey, wait a minute, they blew me off to go do this one time. Or, they gave such and such a raise one time. but maybe they did something really great, or maybe they were just here a little bit longer, even though I did all the work, it wasn't just a one-off. You're past that now. Now you've seen it long enough to know, this is not okay, right? And you're kind of mad. Your optimal outcome is going to be pleasure, though. You are going to find, you're going to have the last laugh, okay? You are absolutely going to have some peace, have the last laugh, enjoy yourself, get back to a place where somebody, even if it's just you, somebody's going to be taking care of you, right? Taking care of the things that you like to do. Taking care of even if it's just you taking care of yourself, right? How do you get there, though, right? Because this is not happening. It's not giving it to you, right? Well, the first thing you do, resistance. You have to learn to say no. I know that goes against everything that people who are nurturers, natural born nurturers want to do, is say no. They naturally want to take care of everybody. They could be on their deathbed. I know this. My mother is one. She could be on her deathbed and she would drag herself out and say, what can I do for you? Sweetie, what do you need? Honey, what can I help you with? That is how people like that are, okay? Now don't get me wrong, she's Irish. She will still cuss me out and tell me that what I'm wearing looks like crap on a daily basis. But if I'm not feeling good and she thinks I really need her, she would drag herself out of her coffin to help me, okay? That's just the relationship, all right? But you have to resist that natural born nurturer in you and say, I'm not gonna be used, right? I'll care for people that deserve it. I'll care for those, that really need it, but I'm not just gonna be used to be used, and I'm not gonna be taken for granted. Enough's enough, right? The next one is self-reflection. Okay, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and you have to say, am I proud of what I'm looking at? Number one. Would this person do this for me? Number two. Are they a reflection of what I do for them? And again, I know what a lot of people are saying. They're going, but that's not the golden rule. It's do unto others as you would have them do unto you, not as they do unto you. That is true. But also, there's a point where you have to say, okay, but God also, or your higher divination also, or your spirit also doesn't want you to be abused either. And if you're just being stepped on and taken for granted over and over, somebody created in their image, they don't want abused either. I'm sure nobody's higher divination would want that, right? No matter what you believe in. So you have to look and say, when I look in the mirror, I want to be able to be proud of who I am, not somebody's doormat. So you have to take stock of that, okay, and think about that. And the last thing is resilience, right? You don't want to live a life of resilience. I don't know how many times I can say this to people, and I'm going to keep saying it until somebody listens. Nobody wants to live a life of resilience. You don't have to be resilient from your day, right? Resiliency is a fantastic characteristic. We all want to be those resilient people, right? We don't want to be the people who go to bits every time something tragic happens, because inevitably something tragic will happen in all of our lives at some point. Lose a family member, something like that's going to happen. Lose a pet, something in our lifetime, right? We want to be resilient. We don't want to go to pieces and absolutely not be able to rebound, right? We want that resiliency, but we don't want to live in it. We don't want to have to say, God, I have to rebound from every single day because every day sucks that bad, right? No. You want to be able to use this resiliency to say, okay, I'm tough enough to stand up for myself and say no more, okay? If you can't treat me with respect, I will find someone who can, or I will treat myself with respect. I will use my nourishment attitude on myself. Why waste it on somebody else who wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire to put me out? Why waste it on somebody who I can work my fingers to the bone at work for, and they're just going to turn around and give somebody else my raise, my bonus, my promotion, because they're what, BFFs, or there's nepotism, or they just like them better, or whatever. Nope, not gonna happen. And if you don't like that, and you want to leave me, and you don't want me to work there, you want me to quit, you want to fire me, you want to do whatever, don't worry, I'm resilient. I will rebound. Do not worry. And I'll pour all of that effort into me, making me stronger, me better. And guess what? That won't be all poured into you, which is what you're used to. And let's see which one of us comes out better. When all that nourishing attitude and all that help goes into me and not you, then we'll see which one comes out better, right? And let me tell you who's going to be the winner. You are, because you're the one who's going to be living in a pleasurable state, not being used and abused, not being walked on like a doormat, not being out of balance, not being give, and no receive, not being treated like yesterday's trash, not being feeling like you're just somebody's, side, when they're not busy with their friends, or, the one who does all the work but doesn't get any of the reward, not that person, but the person who, what, I'll pour everything into myself. I'll love myself if nobody else will give me that. You know what? Or you may find somebody else who says, you know what, I love the way you respect yourself. I love your high vibrational energy where you're saying, enough's enough. I know my self-worth. I'm resilient. I'm strong. I like the way I look in the mirror now because I know that I'm worth something. I know how to say no and stick up for myself. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm resilient. I'm back, baby. And they love your energy, and they come at you because their energy is high level and matches your energy, and they want to work with you, right? They want to give as much as you give. They will take as much as you take, but they'll give as much as you give. And then that's when you find real joy, right? But either way, you're coming out on top here, okay? The bottom line is you're nobody's doormat anymore. And I think that's exactly what you've already known that you needed to do. Walk away. Stop nourishing. If they want you to walk away, walk away. But the bottom line is you have to stop nourishing them if they're not going to nourish you. You have to stop putting everything into making their growth environment perfect and healthy and fertilized and wonderful for growth and blossoming and blooming and all that while they're dumping toxic waste on yours. No. No, ma'am. No, sir. You need to make sure that if they're not going to do that for you, that you do it for yourself. And if they don't like that, then they can go. Right? Okay. So that's my preaching little message there for you. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Otherwise, I hope to see you back very, very soon for the Celtic Spirit readings that I did pause so that I could get the full moon readings out while we were in a full moon. Otherwise, I will be right back to the Celtic Spirit readings so that you can get those up very soon for you. So, bye.